Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome everyone to Book 2 of The Mummy's Mask, where we begin Empty Graves by the great Crystal Frazier. Joining me tonight are...
I am Brendan, and I'll be playing Dr. Honesty Shortchange, a medical man of some repute.
And I am Lorne, and I'm playing Arrow, the arrogant open-hand monk.
Hi everyone, I am Tara. I should be playing Uruk of the Camels, the half-orc artificer moonlighting as a dentist, featuring Wivet and Weld.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris. I'll be playing Hezmet Sot, Autognome, Rogue, Phantom Rogue, Trap Finder, Trap Expert. Certainly not the sort of person to trigger a trap and lightning bolt the entire party. Not me whatsoever.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Mau, the aberrant mind sorcerer cat, and I know you can read my thoughts, boy. Meow 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 meow.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Aya Nasir, Knowledge Cleric of Hoth, who is just too tired of this shit right now.
Well, and luckily we find our players all being able to take a bit of a break as they completed the final exploration of sites in the necropolis last session. You'd formalized an agreement with Kelru of the Scorched Hand not to desecrate the Nethian temple you were in and sell any religious items that you had found to the Scorched Hand. Mao suffocated the unconscious leader of the Scorched Hand, Valeriana, while the party debated what to do with her, and despite Dr. Shortchange's attempt at stabilization, she passed on. The Nethians took her body along with her spellbook, as that is something that she, as a worshipper of Nethys, should be buried with, but allowed Hezmet to keep the other items that he had gently removed from her body. Once the Nethians left, you continued exploring the Sanctum of the Erudite Eye. You found treasures in the tomb of the head priest, along with the lightning trap that Hezmet certainly didn't activate. But Hezmet was able to deactivate the Akat, the defender of the Sanctum. Upstairs, searching the library, you found a tablet which turned out to be a royal decree from Pharaoh Djeredit II, referring to the hiding of the mask of the forgotten pharaoh within the sanctum of the Erudite Eye. This is the Nemes that you found missing from the basement, you presumed, and not knowing who the forgotten pharaoh was, this definitely seemed as a strange thing to find here, though you did also, with your technical knowledge, you understand that the Sanctum of the Erudite Eye probably dates back to the founding of Wati, and it was founded by the Pharaoh Djeredit II. So perhaps the entire city was founded as a way to simply hide whatever this Pharaoh's mask was. And in the chamber where the mask had been taken, there were also some hieroglyphs describing him as a thrice divided soul, which Aya, you would of course understand is almost impossible and an entirely sacrilegious thing to want to do to a body.
Mm-hmm.
But collecting your plunder, you have returned to the Tooth and Hookah, where you leveled up. You are all able to get the benefits of a long rest, and you now have a couple of days in the city while the fewer and fewer remaining groups complete their exploration of their sites in the necropolis, as everybody is also preparing for the auction at the Uncanny Jackal, or the Canny Jackal. So over the next couple of days, you can attempt to find someone to repair the chariot, that you have located. You can simply take some time out for yourselves, as well as meet with the proprietor of the Canny Jackhole to prepare all of your items for auction. So we pick up in the morning after. The clerics of Nethys arrive at your doorstep almost immediately upon the sunrise. Clearly, they have journeyed from Tefu sometime yesterday, and there are, 3 dour-looking faces that sort of greet you with a knock on the door, though they do also bring a tray of fresh dates and figs and yogurt as a sort of peaceful greeting in the morning. Kelru leads them in and introduces them as Masket, Karam, and then a very tall lady with sort of rings stretching her neck. He introduces as Leanna, and the 3 of them nod, entering your abode, and almost immediately, after pleasantries are given, just say, "What have you found, and what are you willing to accept?" And of the items, papers, things like that, you have gotten what you would have assumed to be about 2,800 gold's worth of items after you sort of self-appraised it. But how do you wish to proceed with the negotiations?
Well, I mean, we're friends, Kelru and you very nice people that I've just met. Given the circumstances of how we ran into resistance at the temple, and the fact that we would be auctioning these for ideally more than they're worth typically, I don't think it would be unreasonable for 3,200 gold.
Considering there was murder in our religious temple, and we have allowed that to be overlooked, I think if there is a promise of mutual silence and secrecy of this, then we can certainly agree to that price.
400 gold's not bad. That's like as much as a whole magic item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I just want these people off our backs.
That also
And-
does suggest to me that they would have settled for a lot more, but
Yeah, I didn't know how high to go.
yeah.
Didn't want to necessarily have them on our backs the rest of the time here.
Yeah, probably the way to go there. All right.
Now, she apparates a small chest, removes the agreed upon gold, places everything that you had collected, and will then look up and say, "And Velriana's holy symbol?"
I will look directly at Hazmat.
Now I did take that.
Is the chest still open?
Is he willing to give it up?
And
It is, but it's an extra dimensional space.
Oh, I can't sit in the box. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you can.
You can. It just means that you'd go away.
But does my head stick out of like nowhere? Like if you look from below, you can't
No, you're
see
just-
me.
You're just
No,
in
you're
the
just-
box. It's
you
like
would
going through a
just
door in a video
fall.
game.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah. You're in the box, and there's no air in the box.
Well, no, it's more. I thought it was more you summon the box, you can put what you need in it, and then you cast it away to a demiplane until you bring it back.
Other ones, you have a smaller version, and whatever you put in disappears from view and appears in the larger space. So it would be more like a teleportation spell for Mao.
A one-way teleportation spell.
Yeah,
Yes.
it has to be
A
both.
one-way spell.
Yes, but then we're basically storing a character in inventory, and let's not do that.
No. Somebody else is storing a character in inventory,
Yes.
not us, because it's her. What is the magic chest, right?
I was in the storage room, and this cat just adopted me. I don't know what happened.
It's
Yeah,
just a normal normal one, right? It's not a magic holy
It was
symbol.
made of silver. It's not magical.
Yeah,
Is that part of the original appraisal of 2,800 gold?
that's not part of the original appraisal. That's just something that Hesmet took because I don't know.
He could.
I could.
She tried to kill him.
Yes. And Hesmet will just sort of stare blankly for about half a second too long, and then make the calculation that the last time he held on to a holy symbol of Nethys, that happened. So they'll sort of reach into a side pouch that they're wearing on a belt and just sort of extract a small silver holy symbol and put it on the table.
Thank you. With that sign of good faith, we will not be required to impose a geas or anything like that. I think we can trust each other.
I have another show of good faith. If you'd like to maybe purchase another thing from us, we have these very nice rubbings from deep inside of the temple. I believe they were from a room they did not go to, correct?
Which one are you talking about?
The rubbings from the wall, I believe it was in the big room, correct?
Oh, yes.
Would they have had access to these with what they had explored, or no?
You are not sure. You'd think that they had, but it didn't look like they were taking rubbings or anything like that. So,
Accessing the temple is going to be quite difficult after they seal the necropolis again. You know, if you'd like access to this information before we turn it into, trade for services at the temple.
you see them look at each other.
Not
They look
quite
back
the
and say,
same as like an artifact we've taken.
We have petitioned to enter this site now that it has been found, and it is no longer part of that contest. May I peruse these to see if they are valid?
I don't see why not.
Be my guest, please.
You can see Kelru looks a little bit nervous at this, as it is, clearly just slightly outside of the agreement you made.
I didn't try and hide it, though.
No, not at all.
Yeah, this is new. We're we're clearly planning on taking this to the Temple of Pharasma for.
Yeah, everything's above the board.
This was our agreement with the Temple of Pharasma.
Yup.
What would you gain from the temple for this?
Remove curse spell primarily. I believe they offered gold originally too, like gold or spellcasting services, correct?
Yeah. At this, Kelru will perk up and say, I could remove the curse instead, if you would be willing to give it to us.
I'm okay with that.
I trust him.
Yeah, show of good faith, right?
Mhm.
The source of the removed
Yeah.
curse is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Which of you is cursed?
I've got this
All fingers
cloak I put on, and
I'm judging you harshly.
can't take it off now.
Oh. Magic sometimes does come with a very high price. Deal. And Kelru looks visibly comforted by this, as otherwise you think this might have, come out of his pocket. Otherwise, but he will spend some time, casts the remove curse, and for the first time, Dr. Shortchange, you are comfortable in removing the wisp cloak.
I take the wisp cloak off.
Oh, you really want to put it back on, but you don't.
Hang on. Am I allowed to wear it if I don't attune to it without getting cursed? Is that how that works, or is it just putting it on as
Just
the
leave
curse?
it.
This is
Let
a
it go.
Brendan question. This is not a Dr. Shortchange question.
Yeah, if you don't attune to it, I mean, you get no benefits from it, but
It's just the style.
Yes.
But it will always be there. Every time you take a short rest, be like, come on.
That's an item that now goes into the auction. I don't think it's worth
Really?
holding on to. I think that was another 400 gold.
Something like that.
But if we
You're
give
gonna
it to
auction
someone
off a cursed item.
else,
I will disclaimer it for sure.
For sure.
very
We
tiny
don't
red
know
egg
what
and
the
a sugar
curse
Rizian.
is.
This object may be cursed.
Yeah, like it never came up. We don't know what the curse is.
Item may or may not be cursed. And not,
It might just-
and come back.
No, I mean definitely cursed.
Just say when we're selling it, you'll never want to take this off. It's not a lie.
Actually, are we about to leave town after this, or do we think we're gonna hang out in Wati longer?
I need to attend my sister's funeral.
All right, I won't lie and say it's not cursed.
You were going to lie?
What if this is out of character for him?
That was not out of character.
I know it wasn't out of character. She's just...
I will note that
Had
not
a day.
disclosing the entire truth is not technically the same thing as a lie.
Not wrong.
It's still bad manners. We are working here. We don't want to be develop a reputation for, being not honest.
What? Who's
Completely
gonna
agree.
rat you out? We don't know. Are they gonna tell on us after the other
I
guys
mean-
leave? They're in a cone of whatever secrecy shame that you're in.
Honesty is very literally this man's middle name.
I know he's not really honest. Anyone who claims they're honest really isn't.
Anyway, Kelru, it was nice doing business with you. I'm
Indeed,
glad everybody got what they
friends.
wanted out of it in the end. And I'll go to shake his hand.
He will shake your hand, and may the Eye of Nethys keep watch over all of you safely.
As is you.
I feel like
And
we're
with
going to be
that,
able to.
The four of them will depart, and you hear the sort of sigh of relief from Kelru before he, as he exits last and just says, "Peace. Thank you."
And peace be with you.
Is he
And
wearing
with
the
your
cloak?
spirit.
He is not.
All right, I'll swipe at him as he goes out. After he says peace in a cat-like way.
Peace is never an option with a cat.
He knows you're a person, Mal.
I'm also a cat. You're a person. I'm a cat.
He heard you speak.
And so with that, you are left alone in your second floor suite at the Tooth and Hookah. It is early morning. You have breakfast in front of you and a good chunk of change now.
Okay, so that's 3,200. Yes.
Yeah.
3,200 divided by 7.
Man, we should have taken 2 copies of that rubbing.
I can transcribe it. It's fine.
We don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gone.
shit.
We sold it.
400.
No, you know what? We should have had someone who has perfect recall, because then we could memorize it and recreate it.
I don't suppose a
No, I
has.
Can't we go back and you guys can rub one out?
Ha ha ha.
we're not going back to that goddamn necropolis.
No.
I am never stepping foot in that godforsaken place again.
No.
All right.
Without cleansing
Wait.
fire.
Do you want me to keep a running total, or do you want me to split the split it now?
How much was the of that? How much was the tablet?
Oh, the tablet wasn't included in that.
Oh,
You still have the Pharaonic Decree and the Tablet of Languages Lost in your
Can
own
you all learn
I
a
would just-
language
just-
from it now?
say again, Patrick.
You still have the Tablet of Languages Lost and the Pharaonic Decree in your possession.
I assumed we were selling the Pharaonic Decree with that. Okay, cool.
Right, so we can make it a second copy. We have all day.
Or no, we
Technically,
have
the Pharaonic Decree is not a...
not the.
It was
I thought we were selling
it
the
was-
tablet with that.
Yeah, but the Pharaonic Decree that is on the tablet is not technically a Nethian religious artifact.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Pharaonic artifact.
I'm cool with this.
We
So
might be able
that's
to for the Pharaoh's Men.
so. What all has been taken from our adventuring loot then with that sale?
I didn't put anything in your adventuring loot that belonged to them.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is a separate pile of stuff that we took from that temple that we're selling them.
Okay, so 3,200 gold added to our loot list then.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're at like 6,300 gold.
Jesus, I need
And that's
need
not
to
without selling anything at the auction.
take, I need
Or-
to take 600 out of that right now.
Uh,
I'll do that out of my share. Yeah.
yeah.
Are any of these things stuff that I can get an extra little bit for?
Function at the auction.
Not currently, because you'll get more. I mean, you could sell them, but even with your extra, you probably won't get as much as you'll get from the auction.
Okay.
Prices
Yeah.
have dropped to about 25% of current value because of so much being sold out of the necropolis.
Okay, so I could be looking at potentially getting 30 to 40%, but at auction we'd be getting at least 60 most likely.
Auction, even if the bids drop, yeah, you'll probably get 75% of the value.
How does that
Cool.
ability function? Like, can you sell other things, or is it just old Osirian stuff?
No, it's anything. Anything. Iroh just seems to have the knack of knowing the exact right person to sell, so he always gets a little bit more money than you would think.
There you go. Now, is there anything that I can do to help with this? Being a rogue and also being very sneaky, I could spend a couple of days haunting the market, just kind of trying to overhear conversations and people to target items to. I mean, admittedly, I am not, in fact, a very stealthy character. I am sort of stealthy, but
made
also
of metal.
I'm a giant statue made out of bronze.
I have an idea, though.
Uh-huh.
The people who are going to attend the auction to buy things.
You're not selling me.
Why would you think that was my plan?
That's an Ian plan.
That's 100% a short change plan. Because we can sell Hezmet, and then Hezmet can leave.
Yeah. Okay. That does seem
Wow.
like a plan that Hezmet or that Shortchange would come up with.
Yes.
However, I
Yes.
think Shortchange would also recognize Hezmet would never be okay with this,
And
and so you
Hezmet
have to
does
somehow work around it without him knowing.
How long does Feign Death last?
not long enough for you to skip town.
You'd be surprised how fast I can skip town.
Give me them boots of speed.
Yes, it's called bonus action dash.
Oh, you have to be willing to be Feign Death. Are we in the what are you planning on doing with your downtime session or section?
Who, me?
A little bit. I mean, you would also understand that, I mean, those of you who go to the Canny Jackal and, see everything sort of set up in display cases and organized out, will be able to learn from the head of the auction house who, they would sort of believe that, you should approach. Because it has been explained to you that, you will be selling yourselves as well as your items to get people's bidding interest going.
Oh.
Did somebody say salesman?
Exactly. As you are to basically present yourselves as great adventurers and talk up the details of things you found in order to pique people's interest.
We have to put on a show.
Basically, you will be mingling with many people here in the night of the auction before everything goes up for bids, and that is your chance to get more money out of people. A successful
Zero, deception 0. Okay, good.
yeah, basically you can make a deception check, a persuasion check, or a performance check, and to try and get a buyer's interest. And if it is someone who isn't typically interested in the kind of items you're selling, it just means the DC is going to be slightly higher. And as long as you don't appear too desperate, then there's a good chance that a positive impression means you get more money for what you are putting up for auction. If you fail, then there's less interest in you. That's when you will get like the 75% of the value instead of the 100%.
Patrick.
Yes.
Because I'm not particularly confident in my skills of deception. Could I use my foreign opportunist to point out marks for other people and give them advantage on their roll?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. So
So
for the
when
ancient
the auction
Arcturian
comes,
stuff,
when the auction comes, that will be part of it. I will say, Aya, you are easily able to take a group down to Mender's Row and find someone who can put the chariot together.
Absolutely.
So someone can give me a persuasion roll to see whether that is going to cost you 50 gold or 30 gold.
Guidance.
Ideally, it costs less than 50.
I mean, 50 is the max we'd be willing to pay.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I do it without talking?
No.
Could I do it with talking?
Yes.
A cat shows up at your door with the wreckage of a chariot.
That's a 24, Patrick.
nice.
Yeah.
That's 2 19s in a row, by the way.
That will be, geez, you get rid of that cloak, look what happens. That will be 30 gold to have the chariot, put back together. And when it is done, it is striking. in its beauty, and you are quite sure that that will draw somebody's eye at the auction.
At least a 20 gold profit.
And one of the afternoons, Dr. Shortchange, a young boy just sort of tugs at your side and just says, "Milady wishes to speak to you."
Oh yes, thank you for letting me know. I'll go see her right away.
And he points, and you see a striking dwarven woman with long, sort of braided hair that cocks an eye at you. And you're a little sort of confused until you notice that they still only have 3 fingers on their one hand.
This is the big boss of the Silver Chain, correct? Or a high-ranking member?
Yes, this would presumably be Maga Three Fingers
Yes.
that you tried to sell some blood to.
Yes. I will walk up to her, and I will offer to shake her hand in the way that I'm not trying to shake the hand with 3 fingers on it.
She nods and just sort of gestures for you to sit, and
I will sit.
I'm sorry to be having to put on such a ruse for the rest of our negotiations. Things have become unsettled.
I have heard there's quite a few happenings in your gang. Your organization, rather, is what I say. Definitely not gang.
Indeed. And your product has widened the schism. We don't typically deal in such dangerous things. We are sellers of found goods rather than, ghoul powders and things of that ilk. Normally, we would be more interested in keeping something like your item off the streets, but our leadership seems a little more interested in it than I would have thought. It's led to some disagreements.
Well, I do apologize for that. I definitely did not mean to cause any widening schisms in your organization.
It may be for the best. We'll see how the dice shake out on this. When the time comes, we might be looking for some help if you are interested in some work.
Well, my friends and I, we're always looking for a way to make some quick gold. And this whole conversation is happening in Thieves' Cant, like straight up, right?
Yes. And with that, from one of her pockets, she will slide a ring across the table. And, it is a beautiful, sort of hammered metal ring with what appears to be a marble face or head sort of atop it instead of any kind of jewel, a wide kind of flat black background. And she thought, from what I've heard about you, this might be something that would interest you for whatever you have of your product that I would be happy to take off your hands and destroy.
Destroy? Didn't your bosses want to keep it?
They certainly did.
Oh, did. Past tense.
I do not agree with them.
Well, I'm certainly not in the business of doing anything except making a little bit of gold for myself. Looking at the ring, does it look... I don't want to ask if it looks magical, because I don't have that skill set.
She will tell you it is magical.
Uh,
She says, for someone with a silver tongue like yourself, this allows you to be heard by everyone within a mile of yourself, regardless of whatever din is around you.
I hand her the blood. How much vials? Did I get 2 vials of the blood?
You had 2 full vials of it.
Yeah, I will hand her both vials. I wish you good luck with your, organization.
Thank you.
And, tell me, what do you know about a, do you know anything about a funerary mask? This is just information between friends at this point. Someone wearing a funerary mask, in particular.
A bunch of them are wearing funerary masks. The new boss, who's apparently coming to town, has brought that style on. A lot of the golden funerary masks that were in the necropolis that we used to sell are now being worn.
That's tracks. Would you let me know, send a messenger, if you see anyone wearing one that is walking around barefoot? That person has stolen from me.
She will nod and say,
And maybe a mutual enemy, given that you don't seem to like the new style.
She nods ever so subtly and says, that sounds agreeable. I don't know anyone like that offhand, but I will keep my eyes to the ground.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you. I hope to do so again in the future.
Indeed. I will also let you know that I've heard your name come from the lips of some of the other organizations that are in town. Some from the Faded that came down from Tefu.
I heard of the Faded.
Yeah, they're the main Mamiya supplying gang that you would have learned about Mamiya from in Tefu. They're into Mamiya and distribution as opposed to the Silver Chain, who generally aren't into that kind of thing. And you did see a couple of them who seem to be part of one of the adventuring groups going into the necropolis, but you have not seen them since.
Well, that makes sense. That's Tefu is about where I put on this mask.
Well, enjoy. I hope your things go well at the auction. We've sold some rather remarkable things there in the past as well.
Good luck with your activities.
Thank you.
And I will stand up and walk away.
Yeah.
And then get this ring to someone who can identify it.
right. You now are the proud owner of the Ring of the Orator.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Ooh.
that sounds fancy.
That is going on as soon as I am selling shit again. I don't know how useful it's going to be during the adventure, but as soon as Dr. Shortchange is back to selling shit.
That is weird.
Yeah, 6 charges. And yeah, you can project your voice to be heard clearly by all creatures within a mile of yourself.
You can
Ooh.
also force them to understand what you're saying.
Yep.
You can scream, "Who let the dogs out?" at 4 a.m.
Oh
Everyone.
no.
But yeah, you have to be able to see them to make them understand. So yeah, so it allows you to communicate with people as well as being a megaphone.
It's actually the opposite of most like one-way communication, because usually it's you can understand, not you can make understand.
I know, right? That's
Like
interesting.
a reverse comprehend languages.
With that, is there anything specific the rest of you would like to do before the day of the auction?
No.
Good.
Well, yeah, Hesmet will bring the shattered remains of his kukri to Uruk to get repaired.
Aw, I'll fix you, buddy. I don't actually say that, but yeah, I'll repair your kukri for you, no problem.
But you do think it, don't you?
Yes, I
I
do.
know what you're thinking.
Meow 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 meow.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that kind of want to get done other than like just sort of find a dark corner somewhere and just kind of like skulk and tinker on things and just sort of watch the world go by.
Oh, I find a sunbeam. I'm gonna nap in it.
Is there anything special I need to do to fix the kukri, or just spend time tinkering with it?
You can just cast mending on it.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I will give myself something to do here. I'll head over to the Temple of Pharasma, if I can, and try to get an audience with some sort of cleric. I'm mostly looking to find out if anyone anyone still around was on the team that found me in that
Yeah.
pyramid.
Balthem she's now sort of been looking after the gates of the necropolis. She would have been one of the leaders of the teams that would have found you when they searched the necropolis.
Oh, excellent.
You also know Tepmanib would do that, but you have a hard time tracking him down because he seems to be looking after the auction.
Okay, so Balthem is at the gates then.
Yes.
The necropolis gates. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find Balthem and see if I can sort of have a word with him and or her. Her. And
Let me see if I can get her art up.
And what I want to know is when they found me in that pyramid, were there any documents found alongside me? Like purchase orders, any mentions of a particular temple or tomb or something like that?
She will tell you that where they found you, there were certainly scores of, ancient scrolls and ideas. I mean, you were in the Pyramid of Arithmetic Bliss, which was the ancient temple of all of the architects and designers. They didn't go through any of that. That would have been left for everybody who was in the lottery. They were merely checking the building to make sure everything was safe. But, if there was going to be information on anything that was built in there, it would probably have been housed there. She's not sure which adventuring group got that building, if any, considering some of the ones that were put into the lottery because certain parties died before things were completed, that certain buildings certainly didn't end up getting explored.
But the Pyramid of Arithmetic Bliss was in the lottery list.
Yes, certainly.
Okay, so if there was any documentation or ancient scrolls or anything like that, those might be at the auction, perhaps. Or perhaps they just were never recovered.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
So this is Balthem. She is a striking cleric of Pharasma, who clearly commands the respect of those at the gates, and is widely respected through the temple.
Okay. Yeah, that's about the only sort of other goal I can think of for Hesmet right now. I kind of wrote myself into a corner with this character. The character with no internal monologue or ambitions other than just like to sustain themselves.
Hey, you made Ian.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, great. I'll I guess I'll keep my eye out at the auction tomorrow.
Uruk will pop up her dentistry table once Hesmet's weapon is fixed. Kukuri, there it is.
Excellent.
That's the word I was looking for.
I could probably just buy another dagger, but whatever. I like this dagger.
Yeah, easy enough for you to set up your dentistry table. You can give me a medicine check to see how you do with your clients. As usual, you'll have a fairly decent line of people who, in this case, it's a lot of adventurers who, due to the partying and post-celebratory events that have been going on sort of around the town, have a lot of chipped and broken teeth rather than sort of the rotted ones that you've been dealing with in the past.
Can we say this first guy is just like been partying too much and is so drunk he's moving around too much, and I can't really help him. That was a friggin' 6.
Yeah, this giant of a man with a large cracked tooth, you are trying to kind of shave it down and put it back into place when you unfortunately just sort of crack it worse and have to remove the tool, remove the tooth itself rather than giving any aid. They're not quite pleased with you and, are kind of spitting and dripping blood all over the place and yelling. But
Hey, you didn't need that tooth anyway.
So yeah, and over the course of the day, you make a little bit of coin, but people seem to be a little more leery of you, as there've been a couple of moments now where people have had bad experiences.
Damn it, I need to fix my wisdom so I can get a higher medicine, because I want to succeed on this stuff. I want to be good at it.
Just keep practicing.
Yeah. All right, that's it for me. Tinker, tinker, tinker.
All right, with that then, let's take a 5-minute bio break and we will come to the day of the auction.
Bio break. Every time we do a bio break, all I can think of is that body break commercial.
Body break commercial.
It's a Canadian thing. trying to get us to like be healthy and exercise and shit like that.
Yeah.
Body break
Body break or something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
with
body
with Hal
Body
Jordan
break.
and Sue Ann. Or was it? God, I can't remember anymore.
Joanne McLeod.
Johnson.
Yes.
Her last name was Johnson.
Was this like your propaganda minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorta.
The Heritage Moments?
Oh god, the
Yeah, I
No!
call them propaganda minutes.
The house hippo.
Oh, I think that's the
That,
only.
that was
House
great.
hippo.
And
In,
House
tw-
Hippo 2.0. Not
in
as
tw-
good, but still
in-
good.
in 20 years, that's the only thing I remember from the TV, House Hippo. That's the only thing I remember.
Yep, gonna pee right back.
That's right, Hazmat.
But all she
Hey,
gets to
run
be is a
this,
toy
Douglas.
maker. That's right. She's Buddy the Elf from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I really like my token. I like how my character's literally coming out of the token.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I mean, look at that hat. A mere token can't contain that.
That's a nice hat.
Look at my hat. My hat is amazing.
Just like the boulder, it's a nice boulder.
I have returned.
Welcome
Me
back.
too.
Steph is still up.
Well, I would hope she's still up.
Upstairs.
More specific.
Here, beat.
Surprised we never had to go to Bargetown.
We can still go to Bargetown.
I don't want to go to Bargetown.
I was gonna have it as
Tourist
part of my backstory.
But cats hate water.
I know, but that's why I didn't do it. But I like fish.
I'm back. You know what horrors I have just come to realize
What?
that one sec.
He's
Well-
moving to Hamilton.
Well, leave
Well,
us in
there's that horror, but the horror is that for the first time since I was a teenager, I am gonna have to do yard work.
Ooh.
So here's
Yeah.
my tip for you.
Don't.
Plant clover. Don't have to mow.
Here's
That-
my tip for you.
Uh-huh.
Live with somebody who absolutely loves plants
Uh-huh.
and desperately wants to do all the yard work. And by desperately, I mean is cool with it.
That worked for Steph.
Yes. That might be a thing. I don't know.
Plant clover. I don't have to mow the backyard anymore.
Yeah, clover is probably not a terrible idea.
I kind of had that with housework in my last few places. Like, my roommate was super OCD about wanting things cleaned a certain way. So basically, I just went, "How can I help?" And they said, "Get out of the way." So I did.
Fuck off. That's how you
Exactly.
can help. Get the fuck out of the way.
But it's one of those things of like, hey, I put out the offer there to help. You're taking on all the housework. I don't care because I'm scot-free.
Honestly, that's how Miles and I do it because he'll get his bouts of energy where he just wants to like go and do all the things. And I'm sitting here, he's like, "Can I help you, babe?" He's like, "Nope, stay the fuck out of my way." I'm like, "All right." He's like,
ADD
"Go read your-"
focus is a hell of a thing.
Yeah, he's like, "Go play your video games, read your book. I don't care. Just don't be fucking in my way." It's like, okay.
I have a plan and you're not in it. Go.
Exactly. And then there's also days where he's just like, "Babe, like I'm doing all of this. Can you just like do this for me, please?" I'm like, "Sure." Like one of the things he absolutely refuses to do is kind of weird. He's like mirrors and glass and windows. He's like, "I am shit at this, so this is your job." I'm like, "Okay."
He's a vampire.
That would make it easier.
Yeah,
Let
it
me
would.
move it around to see if there's smudges.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody back?
Steph is not. She is slow.
She is tired.
Yes,
Oh,
she is.
no.
She's working hard. I'm trying to. I've taken on a lot of the everything else, like the housework, the baby, all that. So
Yeah.
she's doing so much for us.
Mm-hmm.
He got kicked in the face today.
Oh.
Why did I keep me in the face?
One of the kids. I feel bad because
No.
I thought something bad happened. So when she said, "Oh, he got kicked in the face," I laughed. I'm like, "Is that it?" Oh. Well, he's
Were you-
bit
Wow.
kids before, so
Yeah,
figured
that's why
tit for
kicked you in
tat.
the face. Was very
Kids are
mad.
gonna kid. Kids are gonna kid.
Steph's like, "Which kid did it?" I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't ask because I expect the other parents not to ask when my kid does shit."
Just frustrates me is all.
Yeah, they're kids. It's just what happens.
I know.
They're indestructible.
It's it is still frustrating. I get it. I mean, you know, you want to protect your kid. You don't want to get your kid to get hurt. You know what I mean?
Right now, I'm more worried about him hurting other kids because he keeps biting a bit. Not like a lot, but a few times a day, and that's like, he never does that at home. So I'm like, why the hell are you being a little shit there?
It's a valid combat strategy.
That's true.
Look, what is he going to do? Take their palms and kiss them on the back of the wrist and say, "I apologize for the enmity between us today."
Well, when I'm done with him, he will. He'll kick their ass first.
All right, so everybody's back. You make your way through the Sunrise Market up to the northeastern side, standing behind the giant pillar that is decorated with the cut off hands of thieves, stands the Kenny Jackal. It is a large stone building with a pair of almost smirking jackal statues facing each other across from some wide steps. There's some scaffolding on one side as part of the stonework is being repaired. It looks like they might be adding an extra sort of feature, perhaps, a new name or imprint up on one of the walls. But wide stone staircase leads up to 3 doors where you are met by Ateb and Hamapetra, 2 of the servants here at the Canny Jackal, and they will lead you into a meeting with the owner, whom you have been told is Minathet. And she is a younger woman, just, approaching 30 or so, shorter cropped black hair, who, welcomes you all warmly. You can see there are display cases set up with different types of items, scrolls, books, weaponry, as well as pottery and other goods that some of the other adventuring teams have found during their time in the necropolis. She helps you sort yours into lots, and looking at what you have, she is very open, and as we said before, she will tell you that this is about you as much as it is your goods. I will tell you some of the luminaries that will be here tonight that you should probably approach and impress. Don't appear desperate. Don't approach too many, as that will make you seem like you are needy rather than bold, brave adventurers who just completed something heroic and exciting. And, seeing that you have the papers and some things from the Akintepe family, she will say that there's a coffee merchant named Basif. He's usually here looking for ancient documents and things like that. That's probably going to be someone you'll want to talk to. Let's see, you've got some housewares, potteries, furniture. There will be a representative from one of the Sothis trading houses named Manat. They are here for those kind of goods. You've got a lot of competition when it comes to that sort of thing, so make sure you're on your best with her. For your jewelry and things like that, I see you have some scrolls as well. Anything risque in them?
Don't
Define
think
risque.
so.
Oh,
Just looking at the document. Where my document actually?
Where is our document? Oh, the list.
I'm looking at the Word doc that Patrick sent earlier. Charm person, dust devil, earth tremor, magic missile, wind wall. Some of the scrolls are active, but nothing.
Oh, not magical. Those there will be probably the Akhenti or some of the other adventuring groups that'd be looking after that kind of thing, or some of the priests from the Temple of Abadar will be here. No, I mean more stories and romances and lustful things. Maru and Namaru Mishoten, is an aging woman and her granddaughter. They're always here looking for jewelry, but the grandmother loves blue sort of books. That kind of thing.
Smut.
Smut is a very good way of putting it.
I don't think we found any smut, right?
No, I don't
You
think we
didn't.
I don't think so.
Was there smut to be found?
Yes.
There probably is now that we've been told about it. We
We
can
need to
watch
go back
for
to
it.
the Acropolis.
Man,
We need to go right now.
What was your character in the one that was obsessed with fanfiction?
Oh, shit. Cassandra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whitaker? Yes.
And
Where's Cassandra when you meet her?
yeah, in
She-
terms of
she had
the
friend
weaponry
fiction.
and things that you found, she will say,
Chariot.
Menya the Whip He's a young metalsmith and armorer looking for a curious centerpiece for his new shop. That chariot and some of your other items might make just the thing. Though I would say if the younger Aukhenti, you would recognize them as a noble family. He might be one looking for a nice expensive weapon to impress his friends and family with. He's just returned from learning in Sothis, and if they aren't too busy spending their coin on women and drink, they can usually be counted on to spend a fair amount of money here.
Sand repelling quarterstaff, field dresser knife.
Yeah.
Somebody might want Akentepe's armor too.
I am wearing Akentepe's armor.
Oh, never mind.
I think the others, you didn't get any foods or anything like that. So I think those are the people you should really work on.
We did get a stopper that prevents all spoilage.
Oh yeah.
Well then, Baketra, she is one of Vati's most notorious gourmands. Might be interested in that. And you can see they're setting up a selection of foods, and you see the ancient honey that Thalto and their group had found is being set up. As she says, we're going to have a sampling of 2,000-year-old honey that was found in the necropolis.
Nice.
That'll work out good.
May I recommend toast points?
What is toast?
Have you tried a bagel?
It is an ancient technique where one takes bread and one puts it over fire until it gets all hard and crispy.
Not burnt.
Yes, just right.
Fantastic. This is the kind of thing you adventurers need to sell yourselves with. How delightful eating over an open fire.
Hopefully the fact that we were the group that went in and stopped the issue during the Festering Sun is to our advantage.
Oh, was that you? Well,
Indeed it
then,
was.
yes, sell that for sure. Definitely sell that.
I guess I could use if I need to sell things. I've got the appraise skill and I've got knowledge engineering. I could I don't know, talk about all the horrible traps and how they're constructed. Perhaps.
She nods. That is precisely the kind of thing these armchair aficionados would love to hear about, the things you found. Just because it is, pottery doesn't mean that it isn't something that wasn't kept behind a series of dastardly traps.
I will make a mental note. I will write into sort of the internal database that Hesmet keeps in his head. Giant nerds.
Oh, I have a lovely fact sheet of all the tombs we've looked at and their historical significance, and and interesting facts about each of the items we're selling.
Any provenance you can give would absolutely help you in your cause. Good. You are much easier to deal with than those halflings. They just seem to think they could go up and demand people buy their things. We'll see how that does. But with that, about an hour after the sun has set, many of Vati's richest collectors, historians, nobles, and then other representatives from the sister cities begin to sort of file in. You and the other adventuring parties are, clearly looking after some of the same sorts of people in groups, and you immediately see that over the massive buffet that they have, where there's cheese stuffed figs, some hard boiled peacock eggs, onion bread, onion stuffed squid, fresh and dried fruit, along with some spiced wine, and the ancient honey. You can see that they filter in and out as the evening wears on, but you are able to spot some of the people that were pointed out to you.
Oh shit. We did find that the pickled soul. Now that you mention that,
I thought we gave that away.
did we give that away?
You gave that to the bird.
Oh, the raven. Yeah.
Herb.
Yeah,
But
the
I
crows
could.
and,
But a pickled soul is something I could pick up, right? It's like a common kind of delicacy.
Yeah, it's common.
okay.
So yeah, it's basically a large pickled item. So yeah, you can easily sort of collect them. So first up, Dahaka, you would recognize Jot and Intef from the Temple of Abadar. They sort of nod knowingly, sort of clap you on your back and congratulate you on your adventures here, and will ask if you and your group have located any interesting magic items, anything that the temple should be perhaps acquiring.
Sorry, who are you?
Dahaka.
Dahaka.
Dahaka. Nabil.
Oh yes, from earlier. Hi,
Is it here?
How are you?
Damn it! It's already muted on my end. Sorry. Here I am.
So they have approached you as they recognize you, and they are very interested in acquiring magical items for the temple. So is there anything you have recovered that you might recommend for the Temple of Abadar?
Out of character, have we decided we're going to sell the?
Which items are we actually selling? We haven't.
Yeah.
I
Well,
put up
let's
some
decide right
suggestions.
now.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I wanted to. Before I pointed one out, I wanted to be like, "We're selling. Are we selling that?"
Yeah. So all the art goods pieces, I don't think we're going to be.
Yeah, we're selling
those.
those. Yeah.
Occupancy-
Just magic items. What's important?
So let's go through them real quick here. The Coal of Uncanny Discernment. I believe that's the salve.
Yeah.
that you
The
Oh,
eyeshadow.
are we-
The eyeshadow that gives you dark vision.
Are we keeping the Coal of Uncanny? I'm just making a list for myself over here as well.
I think we should sell it. I think we have too many people who need dark vision, or who can't see in the dark, to make that worthwhile.
Okay, so okay.
We can get those glasses
Yeah.
instead with the money we sell from selling this.
It
Potentially.
also gives you a
yes.
+5 bonus on saving throws against gaze attacks, patterns, visual effects, and sight-based attacks.
The problem is you have to know that's coming for it
Yeah.
to save it for an instance that you know that's gonna happen.
I'm just
All right.
afraid it's going to be like, oh, this is a nifty potion. I'll leave it in my bag, and then you complete
Right.
the game and it's still in there.
You're level 20 and you forgot about it. Oh shit, we had this?
I didn't know that we were playing Skyrim.
What
playing
about the
Baldur's Gate?
headdress?
That's
What about the
I was
headdress
after.
of Cattle Queens?
I think we keep that just because it's a desert campaign. If it wasn't like a campaign where exhaustion was going to come up, I don't think we would keep it.
I don't think any one of us agree. Sorry, I agree with you on that. I was just going on the next item, the Pearl of Power. We haven't agreed on keeping it, right?
It's a pearl of power.
It gives you a free spell slot.
Yeah, like that's
That's
strong.
pretty good. It could go to. I think it should go to Mao, because he has
Yeah.
the least amount of spell slots out of all of
Well,
us.
he has the most number of spells. He has the normal amount of spell slots.
I think everything should go to me anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I or Mal, or Urk.
Yeah.
Urk's got the lowest level spell slots right now, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's less valuable on Urk.
Yeah.
I like the field
Urk is-
dresser
yeah.
knife.
Well, no, Urk is a half caster.
Yeah, so Urk's only got first level.
So-
Aya and Mal have second level. Not important who it goes to right now. We're keeping it, right?
Okay, what about the sand repelling quarterstaff? I think we were talking about that earlier. We
I can
don't.
go.
Yeah, the
That
only
could-
person who would want to use that is Iroh, and
Yeah, that
Iroh
can
got a
go.
much better spear.
Okay, so that's the
But-
second item on the.
Could that be useful going through a sand campaign in the same way as the other thing?
It
Problem
could,
is it's one
Yeah.
person.
but it's one
Yeah.
person.
But one person to use as a weapon. What about the sand bit?
It's a person.
Yeah, no, Patrick
The
has
user.
said that it is literally just the user can put a shield around them to
Oh,
block
okay.
the sand.
Yeah.
Wand of Secrets.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Wand of Secrets.
No, you go ahead. You were saying something. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, sorry. I just have it in a different order. Anyways, never mind.
No,
ahead.
staff can go. Absolutely.
Whoever's going next. Wand of Secret. Wand of Secrets. Okay. Giveaway or keep?
Are we even gonna? I don't think we are.
What to
I've
do?
never.
We have a
used
hazmat.
Wand of Secrets. To
When
A
you
be
have
hazmat's
a
a pretty-
hazmat, the
yeah.
problem with the Wand of Secrets is you have to suspect that there's a secret door within 30 feet of you. And if you already
An
suspect
Egyptian
that,
campaign?
Yeah.
Maybe.
The
Yes.
thing is, though, it's like find traps. It just tells you that, yeah, you were right. There are
No,
traps.
it points at one. It
no,
points
no,
at
no,
it.
no. This one
Oh, that's it,
outlines the door.
Yeah.
It points towards it, so you do know where it is.
So keep the
You-
Wand of Secrets or sell it.
Yeah, you know what? Keep it.
Yeah,
I-
I think it's
I
useful.
would
Because
say-
it does
I would say
require
keep it.
attunement.
Okay. Next item.
Okay, tablet of lost languages. I mean, we're selling that, right?
Yeah,
1,000 gold.
We're
We've
selling.
had another. We've only had one rest since then, since we got that, or two.
Wait, it's one level up, right? Or was it one rest?
it's a level up.
It's
Oh,
a
it's
level
level up. Oh, I
So
thought
we
it was.
would have to
Yeah,
wait
never
like
mind.
another
Yeah, sell it.
couple of months. Yeah, let's just sell it.
Okay, and I think the only thing we have left is not cold scrolls.
No, we have a
No,
lot
we
of
got
things
one
left.
more.
Oh, so
So Akintep, I'm going to go through our treasure cards real quick. Akintepi's armor I have equipped,
Okay.
right? Bag of Bellstones,
I have that.
you have
Or I'm
that?
at stone.
That's awesome. Battle Chef Field Dresser is a dagger. It's a dagger that deals rapier damage.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
2d4 weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good, but everybody who would want a finesse weapon has an equivalent or better weapon.
Yeah, I say sell it. I mean, yes, it makes it makes self-searing ham roasts and stuff like that, but you know, that's fun and everything. But
Well, see, that would be something a rich Gint would
Yeah.
Wait,
buy.
Yeah.
You secretly want to be a cook, robot boy?
Why not?
Uh,
He can be a cook if he wants to.
no. We could sell it to either the Gourmand or that rich guy that wants the weapons. It works
The
for both.
yeah, I'm
It
happy to sell
slices,
that.
it dices, it deep fries julienne fries.
Absolutely.
And the armorer, too.
Yeah, like lots of people would want that, but that's getting sold.
We could potentially entice a three-way bidding war.
Yeah.
The figurine of Wondrous Power Camel, I believe Uruk's got that.
I would like that, please. Yes.
The
I
camel
want
themed
my-
person wants that, right?
I want my herd. I
The
want my
headband
herd of camels.
Yes,
That-
the
that-
headband of intimidation. I believe Mao's got that.
I'm
equipped.
wearing that right now.
Okay.
Do you want it, or are you just wearing it?
I
to wear
like
it?
the extra because I'm charisma based and I didn't take intimidation, but I don't need to. We could sell it. I think I'm wearing it like, you know how
It's a collar, right?
dogs wear the bandana around their
Yeah.
neck? Yeah, that's how I was figuring I was wearing it.
I mean, have you rolled an intimidation check?
Yes, a couple.
Keep it then, shit.
Mhm.
All right.
We're keeping the headrest, right?
yeah.
Coal of Uncanny Discernment. Do we agree if we're gonna sell that or not?
That's on the sell list.
Okay, Mummified Guardian. I think is just useful to sell now, really.
Yep.
Unless
Can you get Mamiya out of it?
I already got several Mamiyas. I think I'm good. I don't want to diminish the value. Something that's worth 1,000 gold.
Mamma Mia. Here we
Mhm.
go again.
And we're selling the
Do we
Mummified
have-
Guardian, correct?
That's on the sell list.
The
To be fair,
we don't
no,
have
no.
that yet.
Have we reduced this?
Yes, we
What's
triggered it.
the-
Yeah, you triggered it, so it's only worth 1,000.
Only
Okay.
1,000. How much would it have been worth, coincidentally, if we managed to not trigger it?
A lot.
Do you know that offhand, Patrick?
4,000.
Holy fuck.
There was no way we weren't triggering it. Opening the tomb triggered it.
Yeah.
Ring of the Orator is mine.
You passed the potions of bottled breath. Two of
Yeah.
those.
I wasn't sure if we had those yet or not.
We still,
So
we still do.
Keeper cell.
If you accelerate, you
They
gain
do?
the effect of the gust of wind spell. You don't need to breathe for an hour if you hold your breath.
Oh, if you don't need to breathe for an hour, that can be helpful, but I don't know.
What is it?
50-50.
It's only 2 of them, though.
Oh, it's a potion?
It is a potion.
Sell
of...
It's also one of those things of not sure if we're gonna need it.
But it's only
No.
2, but we only have 2, and other than Hesman, all of us do breathe, so...
You can suffocate in sand, I'm just saying.
You can.
I'll
You
point out
can-
that are we officially an adventuring group at this point that's going to stick together? Because
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
we
Are you
definitely
asking
weren't
us-
just together to go raid those tombs, right? At this point, we
I
haven't
think
got
we
anything
coalesced
else.
into a lovely group. Why
I
are we
mean-
asking this now?
Yeah,
I'm-
you
because-
can all piss off, that's what bipedes do.
Character-wise, like in character-wise, if we aren't agreed that we're going to keep adventuring, keeping stuff like that instead of selling it is kind of weird.
Well, we'll find out what happens after the auction.
We want to keep it. Or not.
Yeah. Probably, I would say sell it.
Any objections?
No.
No.
Nope.
Selling the potion of bottle breath.
We have 2 of them, so we're selling.
Yeah.
it.
If Mao had objections, would anyone listen?
Maybe.
If
You
they
have
were
objections?
The maybe's the
articulated.
more honest version.
Yes. All right. How about Willy Wake's Time Stopper?
Selling, right?
Sell.
What is that anyway?
That's the that's the bottle stopper that prevents
Yeah.
the
The
liquid
butt
touching
plug of
the-
freshness.
Yeah, basically.
Selling
Not
the-
a plug, it's for wine.
It's
Selling the
butt plug
Sandra
of
Felon's
freshness.
quarterstaff.
Look,
Scarab
So
shield,
plus-
I believe Aya has equipped.
I have the scarab shield, yes.
Okay.
The spear, Iroh has equipped. The tablet of language is lost for selling. The turtle brooch Hazmat has.
Yes, that just allows me to stand up with 5 feet of movement instead of 15.
Common. And not attunement. That's not bad.
It's a common item. Yeah. All right.
5 feet less, so it's 10 feet.
Is it 5 feet less?
Yeah. Wisp cloak we're selling. Dear God, get rid of that thing.
And you have 2 feet, so you're gonna get knocked over a lot. So
Yes.
pick it up.
Are you
Uh,
admitting the wisp cloak is cursed?
I will say that it is cursed, but we don't know what the curse is, which is technically the truth.
And what about the scrolls?
We also have the unbreakable arrow as well.
Oh yeah, you also have the unbreakable
Yeah,
arrow.
that's not in the treasure card. Our loot lists are not consistent with each other.
I know.
Yeah,
I didn't give you cards for
Yeah.
common magic items.
like
You
there's
just
the
the turtle brooch.
apron.
No, but I mean, like the turtle brooch
Yeah.
came from a different source other than 5e.
Yeah, the apron, which I believe Uruk has.
Yes.
What's the apron?
It's my little workshop table
Oh.
Yeah.
that I, flick out and it pops up.
Right. Unbreakable arrow. Are we selling that?
We talked about it being useful as basically using it as like a
A
Wait,
lever.
doors
We used it
open?
as
Yeah.
a door
An
jam.
unbreakable
Yeah.
lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
2 potions of dark vision.
I'm of the opinion, just like the coals, we sell those.
Yeah, sell 'em. I can
We
see
don't.
in the
We
dark.
we're no. Too many of us can't see in the dark that we're pretty much always gonna want to use a light source.
At this point, it might almost be worthwhile to invest in the ruby dust required to have continual flame.
Yeah.
And finally, the scrolls.
Well, nobody
You
can
did
use
get-
the
you
wind
did
wall
get
scroll.
6 rubies.
Nobody can use the wind wall
Mm.
scroll, right? Because we don't have a druid or a ranger.
No.
No.
That's like the one actually good scroll.
We
The
did
rest
get
are all trash.
6 rubies.
You can attempt to use it. It just has a
Yeah.
DC
No.
to use.
No, it always has a DC to use if it's not a spell level you have. If you're not a class that can use a scroll, if it's not on your spell list, you can't use the scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Actually,
really
Right.
ruined
Oh, yeah.
scrolls.
That's just how they work in 5th edition. It's bad.
Technically speaking,
Boo.
I think Uruk at like level 13 or 17, maybe 15,
You can
could use
can
it.
create
because
the
they have the
goggles.
ability to ignore all requirements for magic items.
Yeah, but like, not gonna hang
But
on
then
to
it's a
that
3rd level
long.
spell.
Yes. I will say, holding on to the magic missile doesn't seem like a bad idea, because it's just a free cast of magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for specifically what Uruk and
Yeah, I'm going to
And
drop
now?
a house rule right now that it's just you can use it with an Arcana check. DC 10 plus the spell level.
All right, if you flub the
I like
check,
that. Go for it. Yep.
If you
All
flub
right.
the check, does it waste the scroll, or do you just not get to use it that round?
Yeah, no, like with anything else, it would, if you flub it, the scroll just burns away.
Ah, all right.
But that happens if it's on your spell list too.
True.
Yeah.
yeah. Keep the. How much is a spell scroll worth though? Relatively speaking, because a 3rd level spell scroll, if it's worth like 500-600 gold, I still think we sell it.
Yeah?
Third level
Um,
spell scroll is 500 gold.
I say we sell it.
Yeah.
All right. So are we
Oh,
keeping?
okay, so
Which
looking
are
at
the
them, yeah,
3rd level
Dust Devil
scrolls?
isn't bad. Earth Tremor isn't bad. Wind Wall, I can't see a reason why we would cast it. I think in all of my playing, I've cast it once, and that was because we were across a large river that was flowing really quickly to a waterfall, and nobody wanted to cross it, but we had to cross it in this very narrow bridge, and they were shooting at us.
Yeah,
I
it's.
used it once.
I mean, it's a fine spell just to use for damage, but
Wind Wall?
yeah, it's like isn't it 3d8 for everybody in it?
No. It just deflects ranged attacks.
No, everybody in it has to take 3d8 or has to strength save or 3d8
If they're caught in
when it
the
appears.
wall.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
But I'm fine selling. Like, I'd rather
Yeah.
sell it and get the gold.
Yeah. No, I agree. 'Cause For
Are
third level
we-
spell, that sucks.
Yeah. Are we keeping any of the scrolls?
I am fully on the sell train.
I
I'm
don't
fully on the
see-
sell train.
Yeah, so
Okay, yeah, we can sell them all.
So
All
we're
right.
selling all 5 scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5
Anything
scrolls.
we've not looked at in terms of what we're selling. Because again, there's like 3 different lists going around.
I know. I am compiling a list of sell to keep right now.
And sorry, going back
I've
to
got a list of everything you're selling, so I'll,
6
depending on your rolls, I'll give you the money that you have earned.
and
I mean, at this point, I'm actually going to say it's 9:30. We should probably, once you guys figure out what you're going to sell, we'll do all of this next week so we can keep it
yeah,
all
really
in
enjoy it. Yeah.
one session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm not going to be here next week.
okay.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the. Yeah, that sucks. Well, I mean that's.
That's just how it is. I understand, but like, yeah.
Um,
I'm not gonna be here.
This- So in our loot list, we have a wedding ring from a car to Panhat.
That you were planning on trying to track down the owner of it, so
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
have said you could have done that in the last couple of days too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. All right. I can't think of anything here that we. Or I can't see anything in our list that we haven't at least gone across. I mean, the chariot is also going up for auction, right?
There's also
Yes.
like a wedding dress that I think we got.
Yeah, I've got that in the Word document that I sent. That's under the art/goods. So
Okay, so going back to your original question, Patrick, Dishot, and in Tev, they were asking for something to give to the
Just-
Temple of Abaddon.
No, if they
right?
would want, they'd want to bid on
anything
it.
they would want to buy, they're there to buy. If there's
Oh.
anything interesting.
Okay, so when they asked me this question, what I know of with my group beforehand is like if there's something they can bid on, like if I want to ask Dr. Iro has met anyone, it's like, hey, you think anything we would give up to Arbiter? or you know.
Well, no, they're gonna
Recommend
buy
they-
it as part of the
yeah.
auction, so it's whatever
Yeah.
you think the church would be interested in.
What I would suggest. Okay.
Yeah, out of what we've agreed to sell, like what do you think the church would be interested in? That's what you tell them. Hey, bid on this.
Well,
Like
maybe-
they might
Okay,
be
so-
interested in the scrolls. They might be interested
Yeah.
in the wisp cloak.
God,
you never
maybe
know.
even the knife. Like,
Or the
I don't know. Is Abadar
Yeah.
is Abadar like sacrificially bloodthirsty or whatever?
No.
Right?
He's actually the opposite. He's a merchant, for lack of a better phrase. He's the god of merchant and economics. So
God of money, money, money.
money.
Yeah.
Bloodthirst.
Rules of acquisition.
Exactly. So I'm just trying not to say rules of acquisition. We don't want to get DC'd on that. Yeah, I think we'll figure that out. You're saying we're going to call it an early night, so we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
we'll
by
call
next
it
week.
early, and we'll figure all this out for next session.
Okay.
Good.
This will give Brendan a week to practice his auctioneer's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not auctioning.
Yeah.
We're working the crowd. They've got an auctioneer.
Do you need the muscle behind
This is
you?
literally an auction house.
No. Shortchange is the hype man.
Yes.
No, the
Dog.
hype man.
No, I don't have very much of that.
Dahaka is the pecs behind him.
Short change is like 4 something. 4 or 5.
What would Hesmet be? Just the statue in the corner, or
I'm telling you, man, go up for auction.
I'm not going.
Then
up
just
for-
walk. You just get to walk out. We just have to disguise you every time we come back here.
Walk in, walk out.
I mean, like,
we weld
I
on a
do
little
that.
goatee.
little fake glasses there.
Yes, no one will. No one will suspect that the 3 foot tall animate bronze statue is the same 3 foot tall animate bronze statue that escaped.
No,
last
inanimate.
time. Hmm.
We're selling you as a statue,
What's your?
and then
What's
you
your?
afterwards
You
you
run
get up
away.
and just leave. Like you sneak out after you're done.
How's your deception, Hasman?
Let's see
He
here.
doesn't have-
Deception 0.
I'm pretty sure as a auto gnome, don't you have the same thing as like Warforged where you just shut down?
I mean, I don't need to sleep.
I mean, he can go into standby mode.
Yeah, it's not. You have like a standby mode like Warforged have.
That'd be cool.
I don't think I have anything specifically like that. Patrick decided that if
Gentry's
I am
Rest.
completely deprived of oxygen, then I enter basically into standby mode.
When
Yeah,
you
'cause
take a
that's how
long
they
rest,
found you, but yeah, your resting phase is basically it looks like you shut down.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Sentry's
when you
Rest,
take a
yeah.
long rest, you spend at least 6 hours in an active motionless state instead of sleeping. Blah blah blah. You're in or remain conscious. You just leave, like pretend to be a statue, and then leave.
I mean, I could,
We could sell you.
but also
We could make
free
so much
time.
gold
listen.
as long as we don't sell you to a scrapyard on accident.
I would say that Minothet would never let that happen in the auction house,
No.
but that doesn't mean you couldn't try and do it outside the auction house.
I am not going to be following Shortchange alone into any back alleys anytime soon. Because I don't
I
know
mean-
what sort of weird ass back alley auction he's going to try to sell.
Well, no, the
Just put the
plan
restraining bolt on, you'll be fine.
only works if you agree to the plan, because you have to remain motionless until you get a chance to run away.
Yeah.
And also, Hasman, remember the rule of acquisition. Don't trust anyone who wears a better suit than you.
I'm sorry, why would I wear a suit?
No, because you're not wearing anything, and Shortchange is wearing a suit, so he's obviously better than you. So don't trust him. That's one of the rules.
I still wouldn't call that a better suit than me.
You're in your
It's a nice
birthday.
suit.
You're in your birthday suit. Let's go with that.
It's a nice suit and a nice tie.
Dr.
And-
Shortchange's sweat cleans the suit.
I just imagine you in this, like, Colonel Sanders got up.
It really does.
Exactly.
Just a seersucker suit in
Alright,
the middle
good.
of the hottest weather you can imagine.
And a bolo tie.
And a bolo tie.
And a top hat.
Oh yeah, and a top hat.
Tip top hat. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess.
Night.
Night.
Good night.